Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today in my beginners to professional series related to PowerShell, I'm going to show you uh, what are the variables, how the naming constant we can use, how we can assign the values, what are the methods and the properties that we can use, how we can work with the strings, date and time or dates, as well as what are the arrays that we can use in PowerShell. So let's begin with this. See. Okay, the first one are the variables. So variables are basically whenever required, when you have to, you want that the values can be changed at runtime. So variables are basically storing the values or the objects in memory that can be changed as per your requirement or during an operations. So basically it's an name that you assign to a value and that value can be changed at runtime and cannot be changed. If it's a static variable, it would not be changed. And if it is a dynamic variable where we have to use the changes. So in that scenario, we can use a name that assigned with a value. So if we talk about what we can do, like suppose you have to use a log file name, you need to write data, you want a device to store email addresses, user account, user IDs, you want a processing of the information like, for example, they have written it here as we have 30 days prior to current dates, identifying the computer account sign. So now what you have to do, you have to take a variable where you will take the current date and from current date you can minus 30 days, other kind of things. So that can be used or that can be processed in that form. We can check it out, the variable namings and how we can define a variable in mm, Windows PowerShell. So variable names can be anything, but always remember one thing, the variable name always start with dollar sign in PowerShell. So whenever you have to assign a variable, it's always start with a dollar sign. Make sure as a recommended one for the namings, you must try to assign a variable that is understandable. For example, if I'm trying to use it for the users, so I can use dollar users, I can use dollar organization users, dollar marketing users. I can use a name for computers, desktop computers, dollar domain controllers, dollar member servers, the kind of things I can use. That would be a recommended one when you are writing a script, so it's easy to understand. Recommended you should use an alphanumeric characters always, and the most important thing, it's these are not a case sensitive ones. For example, they have set given it here like IP address, start date, log files. These are the sample they have given it here. We can assign, how we can assign a value. So we can assign a value like this. Is it equal to sign? And the best part is that in Windows PowerShell, variable type is identified and assigned as per the value given. You can define a variable types. I will show how we can define it. And dollar, you can assign it with dollar null. Null means nothing. You are not assigning any value over there. And you can assign it. I have given few examples here. You can see dollar num equal to 5, dollar log file equal to log file name, dollar user equal to get hyphen ad user, and same as got dollar services equal to, I have taken it example, get hyphen service when w32 time. So let me quickly show you the example how we can utilize it. For example, the last one, if I am taking it, get hyphen dollar SCR, as I've taken it as just as an SIR name here, not service complete. Okay, get hyphen service, and then I'm taking a service name as we have taken W32 time. Any service I can take it, not an issue. So now the value is assigned to this variable. Suppose I take it out, dollar $SCR, enter it. So now it will show the value of that particular variable. Same as if I put dollar $x equal to 10, dollar $y equal to 20, and dollar $z is equal to dollar $x plus dollar $y. Okay. Now if I'm trying to put dollar $z here, so now you can see it's taken as a string value, a text variable value. Now it's giving me a sum of these two. So it's the beauty of Windows PowerShell. You need not to worry about the types. And we have an display. We can simply write the value, or we can use our write host along with the value. Write host is the commandlet which used in Windows PowerShell to write something on the screen. If you are writing and typing in a script, I will show when we will write a script. Okay, the value of $z. Okay, the value of z is equal to $z. Okay, just I'm closing it. Now the value of z. Sorry, I think I have not written the value. The of like written. Okay, the value of z. Now you can see the value of z is equal to 30. So the format structure you will use in the same form and same structure, you can use it. You want to clear the value of a variable, you can just type $null and that will clear the value of that particular variable. Variable types, as I told you in my last slide, it's not recommended. Sorry, it's not required to define the variable types, but if you want to define it, you can define the specific variable types. That could be in string, integer, where I can define an int32 or int, double that have an decimal floating values also, and then date and time, where you can store a date time standard format, and the boolean variable also there. So in the boolean, you can use a format of true and false. If I want to define the variable as the form like this, how we can define it? We can simply use int and then dollar $ab or dollar number one, okay, is equal to 10. Now I'm just putting it in a double quotes. Double quotes is basically for strings. Okay, see what will happen now if I add this in dollar sum is equal to dollar z, that is the value is 30, dollar z plus dollar num. Okay, and now I'm just printing a dollar sum here. You can see the value is added. Even I have taken as a string. Now the difference is what? Suppose if I taken a value without int. So I'm taking a number 10, 2, and that is without int. Now again I'm just going to put this command as sum1 is equal to num2 plus z. Okay, so you can see the values are, it's not much difference. As I said, it's not always required to use it, but yes, if you want to use, you can utilize it, or you can use it. A specific type mandatory, it's not mandatory always. PowerShell have itself capability to handle variables. This is the part. Windows PowerShell can automatically assign the type based on a value. If you see that some data is not perfectly right, which is coming, and that has to be, so you can define the variable as per your requirement. Okay, now identifying methods and the properties. I think I have already covered this part in my say third or second video, where we have second video most probably, where I use the get member. So with the help of get members, you can identify the type of methods or variables that you can specify or you can utilize. So you can just type it out what uh, methods or what members can be associated with this. Let me quickly show you one example. For example, dollar sum, and if I use pipeline with get hyphen members, so let me see what exactly I'm getting. Okay, so compare to equal to get hash code types, boolean types, characters. So these all are type of methods that are associated with this and that can be used. Same as if I am taking a text here, for example, $str is equal to this is test. Okay, and now I just try to get member with $str. What else I'm getting? Okay, now you can see the methods are changed. Reason behind that, it's a type of integer variable here because it's taking it and assigned system type is system32 int. You can see the type is system as a string. Its default PowerShell identifies and then PowerShell use that. Now if I change this to okay normal dial $str, see this is a test, and if I put a command with this as to upper to up, sorry I think I'm just hoping to upper. Okay, sorry, I just unload it. Okay, so it's converted into uppercase because it's a method. I have not typed that. That's why it's not overriding. If I type it and I have given the text in the uh, this form, and now it's converted to uppercase. We have to use all these commands when we will writing a complete script. We have to use this, and you can just identify the type of method that can be used with this. With the help of tab, you can compile it or you can complete that. Okay, for example, with the strings we are talking about, you can see to upper, to lower, split, replace, remove, insert, the kind of methods that can be used. And you can identify the methods, what all are available. Just type simply with the string variable and the get member. You will come to know what all are associated methods that can be used. And this will work for all type of objects wherever. It could be just not in a string variable, it could be anything. Okay, so now working with dates. In the date and time, if you want to check the current date, current time, system date methods, add or remove date, short, long date. So how we can do that? Let me quickly show you. The commandlet that is used as get hyphen date. Get hyphen date will, a lot of commands are there. Get hyphen date. Okay. When I press the get hyphen date, it will show the current date and time state. If I want to use it in a different way, let me quickly take it a variable here and put a command as get hyphen date. So now the value is assigned with $date. If I take it like this, $date, it's giving me the same output. Now I want to just get an hour's detail, so I can put like this. You can see the value of the 7 is there because 7 a.m. right now. If I type a day, what else I will be getting here? Let me quickly show you. It's giving me a day, that is 15th of November. If I change it to month, what I'll be getting it here, it's 11 because the month is November. So this is how we can change it and how we can update it. And the same way you can see it here. These are the common properties that can be utilized: hours, minutes, seconds, time of day, date, day of week, month, year. if I just show you the day of, sorry, the what exactly time of day. So here you can see the time of day, dates, hours, minutes, second, millisecond. The style structure would be here, and from this you can check it out, whatever the value you want to add in your assignment. Couple of other methods that can be used here. Okay, now get back to on this and what all are the array. If you have a programming background, you must heard that word in data structure. So array is basically nothing else. It's just a type of data structure that store a collection of items. Like in a single variable, you can put a number of items and that are assigned on the based of a list, you can say, or based of a structure, and that have started with the 0 as an argument and 1 2 3 it's moved on. So it contains a list or a collection of items with the associated with a single object. For example, you can see it here. I have taken it as in dollar computers. Here I have assigned couple of computer names. If let me quickly show you. You can define, if you want to force define an array, you can define array and then a variable name. If you do not define it, system is hand like Windows PowerShell itself will have a capability to handle this as a form of array. So let me quickly show you how it is working. I have taken it dollar computer. Okay, computers is equal to DC1. Okay, SVR1, SVR2, kind of things. Okay, now I just press dollar computers. What it will do? Sorry, dollar computers. Think I have written. Okay, yes, this is the spelling mistake. Okay, see, it's showing the value of all the numbers, all of them. But I don't want that. If I want to use a specific one, how we can use it? I can use this as like that. See what next? Only the first value will there. If I put as in 2 index, so this is called an index value. And if once you assign a number of items and you want to utilize it, you can use it. How it will be beneficial? Like suppose you want to check a services of 10 computers. You have assigned the list of 10 computers in a single variable. You can put a loop and choose all the services. I will show the entire structure in my upcoming videos in script writing. So uh, I will right now I'm just trying to give you the brief information of all the commands, how they are used, what will be the requirement, how we can utilize it. Later on, I will consolidate all this and show you a script writing on the basis of that these commands. So that's why it's more helpful for you. Okay, so this is how the array is working and it's having a default one. You need not to add array as a word here, but as a word, you need not to add array. It will automatically take it in the same form. Okay, so you can use that form for here also with arrays, and obviously if we can just give a minute, I can show you the associated methods that can be used with this. You can just pipeline and get hyphen members. This is most important commandlet, get hyphen member. This command get hyphen member will always give you the associated properties with this. So you can see it what all the parameters, all the properties are associated with this. If I take a dollar computer hyphen, sorry, not hyphen, dot length, length, so spelling mistake. It's an property, not the method. So let me len. Okay, length is 3. Make sure when I'm using a property, that means need not to add the parenthesis. If it is something which is related to methods, and then you can use that. mm, parameter to upper. Okay, so make sure that if you are using this the same way, if it is in method, then obviously you can use parenthesis. If it's a property, then need not to use the parenthesis. Like in the length, I have not used that to lower. All right. Okay. So let's just move on and see how the array list will work and how we can add, remove the collections. Okay, let me quickly show you. Sorry. Okay. In the shell, what we can do it here and how we can add in the array list. We can define a variable like this as system dot collection dot array list. Define a variable that is comp. I'm defining it here and is equal to, you can put list that is DC1. I just placed that and I'm adding it one more SVR1 server1. Let's do it. Okay, now as you can see $comp, I'll be getting the values over here. If I want to define a new objects, we can also add remove the items. Let me quickly show you that also. Okay, I am defining a dollar and comp is equal to new hyphen object. The another way to create this system dot collection, the same way system dot collection, that is the defining of this array list, and this will is creating as a new object. So once you add this like this, you can add or remove the items in this. Right now, if I try to check dollar and comp, nothing would be there. If I add here, okay, add and add ndc1, new dc1, I'm taking a different name just to avoid confusion. It's added at here, and if I take an svr1, so let me show you. It's already in position 2. So now you can see and cap. So now the values are added. So this is the add method or remove method, and you can remove it. I want to add one more here svr2. So I added 3 values in this, sorry, in this. And if I want to remove an svr1, so how we can remove it? Simply remove, and then I can type a value that is 2 or 1. Remove 1, so it will remove the nsvr. Let's see. I sorry, I just remove at the command I must use, or I need to give the value. So let me quickly remove at 1. Okay, now you can see it's removed. If I want to remove a DC1, the another way with the remove command, I need to put the value that is and DC1. See, so what we have done, actually I have mistyped here. It must be as a remove at if you want to remove from a specific position, and if you want to remove the specific value, you can mention the value is here. So this will work, array list work as an object, and you can use it. Okay guys, so that's all about for today's video, and I will be get back on this with the new video. Till that time, you can subscribe my channel and keep watching it. Thank you so much. Till that time, have a good day.